Foxy time!
The following contest is a steel cage match. Making her way to the ring from Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, Alicia Fox.
Hey, Alicia! Alicia!
Well,
you should have heard what Byron was saying about you earlier today.
Michael! I'm getting out of here.
Good.
And her opponent, from Boston, Massachusetts, the Boss, Mercedes.
Get ready, guys. Big-time singles matches coming up here. Here we go. Steel cage action kicking off here.
Well, the door's locked, and at this point, the competitors might just be wondering exactly what they've gotten themselves into.
You gotta believe this one's over. Beautiful technique. Ooh, what impact. Uh-oh, watch out. Wow. Nice arm drag. Hooked up. And she's toying with her now.
She's thinking about it.
High impact crossbody. There's a pin now. And Alicia Fox avoids the early pin. She's still in this one. Oh, guys, there's a mat slam. With some attitude. In control. Oh, God, that hurt. She's licking her chops.
She should stay where she is.
This might be it.
Oh, my.
She goes for the cover. Alicia Fox with an easy kick out. She's still in this one. That'll hinder your modeling career. Incoming. Setting it up. Could have a stiff neck for a while. Watch out. Running bulldog.
Look at her go. According to historians, the twisted metal that we see as part of steel cages today dates back 80 years.
She counters before it's too late. You gotta believe this one's over. No, she's too quick for her. Harsh impact. Corey, you gave us an impressive history of the origins of the steel cage match. I'd like to point out to our viewers that from the 1960s through the mid-1980s, chain link fences were used to enclose the ring for WWE steel cage matches. A superstar could win by pinfall, submission, or by exiting the cage through the cage door, or climbing over the top of the cage.
We should also point out, Michael, that the way to win a steel cage match can vary by match depending on what was agreed to before contracts to compete in the match were signed. Talking about history, at WrestleMania 2, WWE unveiled the redesigned steel cage with solid steel blue bars before returning to chain link mesh in the late night.
Hey, Byron, just like you, bankrupt!
Oh, no. That has got to be it. The best way to describe combatants clashing inside a steel cage is its battle of attrition. Sometimes a superstar is left with no choice but to fight fire with fire and do whatever they need to do in order to win the match. And sometimes it comes down to a superstar doing whatever they...
Alicia Fox has eyes to finish.
Oh, nasty impact. Fox can end it here, gentlemen.
Byron, you touched on this earlier, but it's so important for a superstar to accept that there's nowhere to run and nowhere to hide in a steel cage match. That the conflict will be resolved within the 15-foot-high steel walls that surround the ring. And that losing a cage match can mean much more than a mark in the loss column. For some, it has meant the end of their career.
It's difficult to describe the damage that can be done to a superstar who competes in...
She shows signs of life.
She's showing a lot more than that. Talk about how important stipulations are in a steel cage match. If superstars sign a contract where the only way to win is escape the cage and have both your feet...
Hey, Byron, just like
crashing down the hard way.
Man, she knows how to make a comeback.
Corey, you touched on something moments ago that's so important for the combatants in a steel cage match to remember. A superstar must be able to think offensively to figure out how they're going to escape the cage. They must think defensively at the same time so they can prevent their opponent from getting out of the cage first and winning the match.
Well, a superstar must become comfortable with escaping the cage by both exiting the cage door and by climbing over the top of the cage, and must also be aware of their attributes and what's best for them. Let's just say if you're a giant like The Big Show, The Undertaker, Kane, or even Braun Strowman, it's preferred to exit through the cage door. The steel cage is a massive enclosure that stands 15 feet.
Oh, the backstabber.
There it is, it's locked in.
Smart maneuver. She's back in full control now. Oh man, Alicia Fox doesn't even know where she is.
To your point earlier, no, that should do it right there. You're not going to win any matches that easily.
It's gonna take more than that. Oh, from behind.
Setting it up.
And oh my God, what a forearm!
Right to the jaw.
Things starting to go the other way for her, but you can bet she has plenty of fight in her.
Listen, she's more than capable of absorbing a little punishment here. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if this motivated her to be even more ruthless inside that cage.
Her opponent's finally showing signs of life here. For a moment there, I thought she was going to cruise to victory.
Oh, the backstabber.
The bank statement.
Big trouble.
This one's over, guys.
It's locked in. They tapped. They tapped.
And here's another look at what made that match so special.
I just love it when the women put on a show like that one. You can see right here the moments that made this match a great one. That's what I love about the WWE, a match that lives up to expectations, but still finds a way to surprise us. Good stuff.
Here is your winner, the Boss, Mercedes.
And it's a win here tonight for Sasha Banks.
I could watch them go at it